All right, welcome everyone to our live monthly webinar for the skydiving industry. This month, we're all talking about 5 steps to more tandems, which is just 5 actionable tips that drop zone owners can take right now, mid-season, in order to execute better on your digital marketing, fill those planes, and then just make this a phenomenal year compared to years past. So, what are we going to be talking about? Let me get my slide here, guys. Boom. We've been talking about elements of an optimized digital campaign. This is the roadmap, you guys, to success. We've got our website at the middle, optimized for SEO, optimized for user experience, and then we're driving traffic, right? Search and now AI like ChatGPT, Gemini, and Grok. We got social media, always strong platforms there. Google Ads, which of course we are running mastery programs for the last few months. We're developing customer connections, rather. We're building reviews, building online reputation, and looking to reach out via email and text message to continue our marketing, guys. So really what we're looking at next is going to be putting all that together, right? We get our audience list back into each platforms, and then all of that, is pretty complex, but we're going to go through the top 5 things that you could do right now to really move the needle. Who am I? Why should you listen to me? I'm a dud. I'm a dad, husband, Marine Corps veteran, a skydiver. Guys, I have 16 plus years of digital marketing experience with financial services, insurance, attorneys. Been working with DZs since March of 2020. And been running this agency full-time for the last year and a half. Really looking to help out. Our clients are seeing amazing results this year. Some of us are up double the traffic that we're doing of last year. Everybody's seen a good increase. So here's what we're going to cover, right? This isn't new stuff, right? This isn't ideological. This is stuff that's working well for our clients right now. These are the top things probably that we implement for most new clients. So we're not blowing smoke up your ass, guys. We are totally just giving you the 5 tactical levers you can pull right now. I'm sure you're busy. It's a beautiful Wednesday, June day. And look, it's just all a part of the unsexy fundamentals that actually scale. You're going to get our tools, our templates, and proven tweaks from our top performing drop zones. Guys, let's jump into it. All right, step 1. Know your numbers. What's your LTV to CAC? Does anybody know? Your combined, your customer acquisition cost, and what's the lifetime value of a customer, right? Your CAC is your combined ad spend and agency fees divided by sales. Now, a lot of drop zones are just guessing at this information, right? A lot of our platforms that we use to book maybe don't have the right tracking in place. And then there's also the issue of like, when are we collecting revenue, right? As a marketing agency, I like to look at what's the full value, business value of that conversion that we're generating that month. But they may be booked out to July. They may, they may push that booking off to August and then, finalize their payment there. So I understand the revenue is going to look a little bit different on your side, right? So we don't want to be guessing at this. We want to be feeding that info. Like eventually, hey, this customer is worth that value to me. We need to be piping that data back. So lifetime AOV, right? Average order value. Guys, what's your average order value? In this industry, it could be $300. It could be $500. Take a look at that, because just dialing in your upsells without doing any additional ad spend or anything, that could help you out. And then what's your lifetime value of a customer? Are you tracking that, right? Some of you drop zones have been open 10, 20 years. Are you tracking, those people throughout their life cycle? Do they buy gift certificates? How often? How much do they spend? That's a good number to have, because then we can understand, hey, what's it worth to actually spend to acquire a customer? So what's the solution, right? Well, we want to track every click, every lead, every sale, and then just bundle that up and make sure that we're measuring things properly. Now you want to value your funnel milestones too, right? Like how many phone calls are you getting? How many booking clicks on the website, so that you can track all of this data, right? And like how much are those worth to you, right? When people click on a book now button, how many clicks does it take till you get a sale? Is it 1 in 10? Is it 1 in 5? Take a look at that number, because that button click might be super valuable. Its placement on the website might be super valuable, right? You want to use Google Tag Manager and GA4 if you're like us to capture that. Those are really the big measurement platforms online, the free ones. And it's piped into Google, right? Which is we're all about optimizing on Google right now. For one example, once we installed proper conversion optimization, guys, we took their Google Ads conversion rate to 3.8%. That's double the main site. So our traffic, we know our traffic from Google Ads is a lot more valuable because it's high intent. Now, traffic from social media might be cheap on the other hand, right? We might be paying 50 cents a click, but how many of those clicks actually convert into a sale? That information is super important so that we can track and move into the right marketing platforms and optimize and get better. All right, step 2, optimize your mobile site. Your mobile calls to action are so key. 80-90% of your traffic's mobile. Most drop zones are still designed just for desktop first. And it's not necessarily your fault, right? A lot of these web designers, they're working on desktop as they're designing, and they're not even thinking about mobile. But your traffic, right? Again, 80-90% of your traffic is mobile. So what can we do? Full screen mobile navigation. Most of your website builders, whether you're on WordPress, Wix, Squarespace, or what have you, they have the option to do a full screen mobile nav. And guys, giant call to action button above the fold. If every time somebody taps on it, it's worth $50 to your business, you put it front and center, guys. Just front and center. Bright yellow, bright red. Just a bright color that contrasts, right? And then you want to have your booking and your review carousel visible right there on the scroll, right? So have all of your booking options right there. Have your reviews visible pretty high up, because people are going to want to see what are people saying about you, right? Don't take our word for it. Take their word for it. They're the ones having fun. And we could use heat mapping to see where users tap, right? There's a lot of software for that. So that's always very interesting insights and helps you move that very expensive button around, right? You're like, oh, I'm getting 200 button taps, right? Well, each one's worth $50. Do the math. Step 3, guys, intent-based advertising. Here's the problem, all right? Everybody is trusting the Google reps, and they're telling you to go broad match on your keywords, add a performance max campaigns, and this results in wasted budgets. Guys, Google will de-optimize your account. Check out this. This is a real insight from our client account. It says get more conversions at a similar or better ROI by adding broad match versions of your existing keywords. It says it recommends to just auto apply it. This recommendation is an AI essential, whatever that means. I don't even know what that means. Your smart bidding campaign is using these and other signals to automatically optimize. Using broad match can help smart bid. Okay, sounds great. So here's what we did. This is from an actual client account, guys. So we ran, these are 3 different experiments. You can see back in August through September, which is mid-season for these guys, February through March already, and then March through April. It's, because it told us again immediately. It was like, do another broad match. And so, and each one of these conversions went down 30%, 93%, 80%. Cost per conversion went up 30%, 30 to 52%. Unbelievable. Our cost, our ad spend only went down 3%. So it literally tanked our ad account every single time. Upgrade to intent-based advertising. All right. Here's our solution. Guys, search ads only, especially if you have a limited budget, with very specific keywords, phrase match keywords. Feed your own conversion data back to Google. Don't rely on these platforms, right, like Burblesoft, to send your conversion data back. With DZO, you're going to have a lot more data. That's one platform that we're actually running pretty well as far as our conversion data. But on top of that, add your own layer because, as on that side, you're going to have software development happening all the time and security updates because it is a payments platform. They got to stay up on top of that stuff. So things might break. Your analytics might break, and analytics upgrades, and they might have to upgrade it. Guys, it happens, right? So run your own stuff or hire us to do it, right? It'll make it a lot easier. On Meta, guys, build your retargeting audiences. Use your customer lists, build lookalikes, retarget past jumpers with your fun stuff. Build your social community there because then you can use that reach in your ad campaigns and for your promotions, right? Just say no to all the Google reps. Just say no to auto apply recommendations. Guys, turn all that stuff off. Follow what we tell you to do and you'll crush it. I'm telling you. When we upgraded to intent-based ads and retargeting, we got our entire platform squared away versus just running Google ads. Guys, the result is 108% year-over-year growth bookings for one drop zone last month versus Google ads alone. Our whole platform, I'm telling you, is just absolutely driving the traffic this year. And it's harder to get people to purchase experiences this year. You got to run a full suite marketing program if you expect to make it. All right, step 4, crush the follow-up. Guys, name your booking system. Here's the problem. Most booking systems have 0 follow-up or very limited follow-up included in the system. And then it's hard to get that list out into everything else, right? So here's our solution. Guys, we do an email automation for missed bookings. You can set that up real easy, right? No problem. Export your missed bookings, do an automated email for that, no problem. Newsletter, guys, send that out quarterly, send it out monthly, but send out a newsletter that updates your audience about what you're doing. Even past jumpers who may have only done like 1 or 2 tandems. We have clients that have folks that have done like 30 to 50 tandems. So you never know what the lifetime value of a customer is, right? That pushes it up significantly. Birthday, seasonal promos, guys, run your promos. They work to introduce people to your brand. And when we run promos like that, it generates more regular sales alongside it. So don't just think that, hey, I'm running a promo and I'm giving money away. It actually generates people paying full price a lot more as well. It considers those upsells. Upsells are big, right? Your customers will spend money on gift certificates, even if they've jumped before. They'll do $100. They'll get someone out to go do a jump and rave about you, right? The more we build our audience, our online authority, the more we can build raving fans like that and have them market for us. Step 5, automate your review requests. Guys, you've got to be building that digital authority. Some of us have had our Google business banned or have had some issues with it before. We've had to build up our reviews. And the way that AI is pulling reviews is a lot different from the way people are searching on Google. So you got to be thinking about different platforms. Well, how do I add these multiple platforms? Guys, for reviews and Google on more, right? At least here's our main problem. Our Google reviews plateau, especially after staff ask stopping, they get busy, they quit reminding people that, it's hot. They quit reminding people to scan the QR code. Automate that monthly, with a program. Our solution, it's very simple. Run that post-jump text or email automation. We run ours on a monthly basis. It tends to generate a ton of reviews. People remember. And it gives them an opportunity, right? Encourage them to upload their photos and video and share a fun review, right? Something creative. Focus on 1 to 2 platforms at a time. Google Business Profile, Facebook, Trust Advisor, wherever you're going with those. And then show your reviews on your website for a conversion lift. If you're not pumping your reviews on the website, that's an easy fix. Most of these platforms that you're using to build your website have built-in widgets or plugins for that, right? So it's real simple, right? These are the 5 levers that we're going to start pulling on your drop zone once we onboard you. Real simple, right? Know your metrics, track your micro conversions, and really get dialed in where your money coming from online, right? Your website is a very expensive piece of property. Take care of that, and just understand and respect the way that people interact with your website in your brand online. Fix your mobile layout, especially the calls to action, especially the navigation. Capture those people who are high intent. And anytime somebody comes back to the website, the first thing that they need to be able to do is book a jump and have that as streamlined as possible. It's super simple, right? But a lot of times we're not thinking about that mobile because we're on our computer, we're doing business, maybe the developer's on the computer and we're looking at it together on the computer. We're not thinking about our phone, right? We're not navigating our business on our phone. So think about mobile, especially your calls to action and everything like that. Guys, run high intent ads, ignore the Google reps, take our advice as professionals. We've been fighting these Google reps year after year after year. And I'm not sure why they have this system that's set up that apparently de-optimizes your accounts. But there it is. They want you to accept and auto apply these things. They're going to de-optimize your account. So ignore the Google reps, listen to us, run higher intent ads, you'll be okay. Automate your follow-up and your email strategy, and turn your review system into a machine. The more that we systematize these things like our marketing flight plan, the better off we're going to be working. So if you're ready to dial in your marketing, guys, we're not here to churn and burn, to get your business and then lose it over the next few months. We're here to build long-term wins with people who give a damn about skydiving. So if you're having issues with your marketing, please reach out for a strategy session. I offer a free assessment of your business, and we give you a complete rundown of kind of what we do, what it would look like to work together. And hey, if it makes sense to work together, we would just work together, right? So it makes sense. So thank you guys so much for attending. Book a strategy call if you'd like. And again, we'll give you that free ad audit or help you prep for the season. And we've got limited bandwidth, so let's talk. If you're busy, let's talk. We can do midweek. I can make something happen. But I want to learn about your business. I want to help you grow digitally, and we want to build a long-term relationship. So if you want to see what all of this looks like in action, growth, we've got heat maps, we've got our dashboards, we've got our local search down there at the bottom. Guys, reach out. You got my phone number, you got my email if you've been tuning into the webinars. So super appreciate you guys, and we can move on to the Q&A. Questions are always welcome. So I hope this helps you guys see that great marketing really isn't luck. It's a system that we run, and consistency of execution is really the name of the game. Let's get you set up right. And yeah, I'll open it up to questions. We'll just pause the recording for the YouTubers out there.